How do we share the financial load fairly? This is something a lot of couples, families, and even business partners struggle with. It's not just about the money, but the roles we play and how we balance those in a way that feels equal, sustainable, and, well, fair. If you've ever found yourself thinking that one person's doing more than the other, or that you're taking on too much, stick with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to tackle that problem and share the load in a way that works for everyone involved. Here's the thing. Fairness doesn't always mean splitting everything 50-50. It's about understanding the resources, skills, and time each person brings to the table. Whether it's income, housework, emotional labor, or even just supporting each other in the tough moments, there's a more strategic way to figure this out than just dividing up the bills. I've seen this firsthand in both my personal life and the businesses I've worked in, and I've learned a thing or two about making sure the load is truly shared. You might be thinking that this is just a money problem. Who pays for what, right? But it's much deeper than that. Take a moment and think about how you and your partner or team share responsibilities beyond just finances. Who's taking care of the emotional side of things? Who's running errands, keeping track of important dates, or handling the unexpected problems that always pop up? These are the things that, if not handled well, can throw off the balance, even if the money side of things looks perfectly fair. And when that balance is off, it doesn't just hurt your finances, it can hurt your relationships too. For some couples, the financial load may look like one person earning more, but the other person compensating by taking on more domestic responsibilities. For others, it could mean finding ways to leverage your different strengths in business or in raising a family. The key is to look at the bigger picture. This is where it's easy to get caught up in measuring things like the number of hours worked or the amount of money earned. But honestly, that's only part of the equation. You need to consider what each person brings to the table that isn't just about the paycheck. Now, let's talk about a really important point that often gets overlooked: communication. You'd be surprised how many partnerships struggle with sharing the financial load fairly because they never actually have the conversation about expectations. Maybe one person assumes that the other is doing their fair share, while the other person feels like they're carrying all the weight. It's a simple mistake, but one that can lead to a lot of resentment. This is something I've seen time and time again in businesses I've worked with where team members are burning out or feeling unsupported. It's not because they don't have the right resources, it's because they didn't align their expectations from the start. The solution is setting clear, honest, and frequent communication. This includes talking about your goals, understanding each other's financial priorities, and acknowledging the non-financial contributions. Trust me, this is where a lot of people miss the mark. You can't expect to share the load fairly if you don't know what that actually looks like to both people involved. By now, you might be wondering, where do you start? What does fair even look like for you? First, get specific about the roles you're taking on. Start by evaluating where both of you stand financially, emotionally, and in terms of responsibilities. Who's paying for what? Who's doing what chores? And who's carrying the emotional weight of handling stress or tough conversations? These are things that need to be looked at, and there needs to be a recognition that fair is a spectrum, not a fixed point. For instance, in some cases, it may make sense for the higher earner to contribute more financially, but the other partner might take on more of the day-to-day operational responsibilities. That's fair in the context of their unique situation. Lastly, be flexible. Fairness isn't static. Life changes. Your job might change, your income may fluctuate, or one of you may go through a period where they need more support. What's most important is to keep the conversation open and reevaluate periodically. This keeps things from getting stale or feeling one-sided. If this video gave you some solid insights into sharing the financial load fairly, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. You won't find any hidden incentives or affiliate links here, just real, actionable advice to make your life a little easier. Subscribe if you want more content that helps you navigate these tricky, real-world challenges.